Greetings, friends. This is Gilles. I'm called to come back and discuss a few ideas today. And essentially, I wanted to I had somewhat of an epiphany, for there is many truth is only relative to what we can understand and integrate. And there was a philosopher named Plotin who was asking himself, if God is one and God is good, where can come pain and suffering and darkness? And so it's a question he couldn't answer, but what I think it comes from is the critical mind. For when we sleep, we no longer have the critical mind, and our soul is able to travel through the whole dimension. For God has created life as life. Everything is life. Everything is eternal expansion, eternal love, eternal bliss. But as soon as we start putting name on things and label and separating things, we become trapped of that process. And then this was a Draco-reptilian concept idea that was implemented here, because and then it is like through this path of using the critical mind, there is a separation from the now, from where all things are, into a past and future, and it's like locked into a future where they control the future in some sense. And they want to let you know that the future is fixed, that there is no choice. And there is just one little warning. There is this video that's coming out on the internet that circulates. You might have seen it. It's an interview in the early 60s with the Zeta Reticuli in Area 51 in Nevada, where the Zeta Reticuli explains that he comes from the future and that humanity destroyed itself in a nuclear war. But this is all propaganda of the Draco-reptilians. Do not pay any attention to that. They do not come from this planet, although the Draco-reptilians do come from this planet. That will be known someday. But humans come from all the quarters of the universe. They were given this planet to create that melting pot of consciousness through the I am presence and the emotion. We have this emotional body. We have this connection to love that is at the envy of many species. I'm going to return to talk about these plans also, but I'm going to pull a few cards to say that everything is just in the process of unfolding as we want it. The highest wisdom is joy, to focus on joy, to focus on those things, those good feeling thoughts, to be beyond the reach of lower frequencies. What we need to understand is well-being. What brings you more well-being? We are about to let go of all kinds of little things that prevents us from feeling the totality of the possibility of the potential. What we need to do is luck, to trust the miracle, to believe in the miracle, to believe that, to keep hope really strong and to focus on what you really want, and the outcome will be intuition. For we have this sense of intuition, which the Draco-reptilians do not have, because they remove the gene from the source. Well, they connected to source, otherwise they wouldn't exist. But source allowed this program to happen. It's very complex, very long. It's a very old civilization. But they're coming to an end. They're coming to there is no more. They've been so negative that there is no more evolution possible. So they're going to be probably returning to the amoeba state, the monocellular creatures. All their memory will be integrated by the Supreme, and their personality no longer will be. So all this civilization is really coming to an end, and all those because the Creator accepted that as an experience, because he knew that he would benefit everyone at the end. Yet he always keeps the last card for himself to make things right at the end. There was an exercise that was given through channel that can be interesting. It's like whatever fear we have, we can feel that fear. It's just put them all in one bag and then place them at the end of your life. So it's like we'll meet the fear there. We'll see that it's an illusion, and that removes it's an exercise that can remove the experience of fear through the continuation of this incarnation, because we place them there. Just an exercise. And for we do have to protect this part of darkness within ourselves, to know that we do not know, to have the yin within ourselves, the divine mother, the mystery, the Tao. And so to know that within the light there is the dark and the light, there is the yin and the yang. There are two great beings that are always balancing things out. They're like symbols are keys that open doors to much higher truth. So it is everything is hidden down here through symbols, and also understanding that there is no more fourth dimensional negative. Fourth dimension right now, humanity is moved into the fourth dimension, but we can't really settle down here. It's just a transition realm to the fifth dimension. We'll be able to settle down there for a while, and so it is. because the surface Earth is destined very very quickly to move into fifth dimension, and the inner plane move from six to seven dimension. But right now, all of that which is going on is completely out of reach from all those negative extraterrestrials. They have no more hands on it. The windows has passed. They're like they've done all they could, and now it's just going like by the virtue of its own rhythm. So it's for us humanity to get rid of all the humans that pretends to be because they're disconnected from their higher energy support that they used to have. So now it's a little bit they become they're not able to hide anymore. So it is all happening for the revelations, for the humanity to awaken to the and to change, to become aware of how transform the situation or recondition the situation. But we'll be assisted by heaven. I talked about the idea that mythology and religions are real, when the history that's been taught is completely false. Even there is, well, maybe I'll talk about it later, there's this conspiracy about the existence of dinosaurs, which never really was. It's just a created illusion by the Draco reptilians. What they need to do is to stay hidden. That's their power. But in truth, all the stories of mythology were actually at a time where there was different factions of extraterrestrial group that were fighting for domination of this planet. That's why all the wars in mythology, and so those extraterrestrials had like much more power. They came from higher cycles, so they had all kinds of power. So it was easy for them to be called God by the naive humans that were. But we are the source. There is no, and it's important to return to our sovereignty. We need to us to gather all the parts of our soul that maybe they may be part of our soul that are trapped in many places. So it's a work that we need to do, to ask for our soul to be fully to not have any parts that creates this disbalance. For it is we all have those. We need to be fully integrated with our higher self, our soul, and then from there we'll be able to reintegrate and free certain parts of ourselves. For the what's they're talking about, pull a few cards. And so talking about so the highest wisdom is the miser. It's to move into, to let go of it's not easy to let go of the mind of lack, because they've created that the Draco reptilians, because they knew before they came into to this matrix, to this planet, that they could create, that all went through the consciousness. Everything happened within consciousness, and so they created limited beliefs, and then humans agreed to that. They accepted to those beliefs, and so those beings, they say what they talk to they went to the source and say, well, look, they voluntarily accept what we're selling them, and so they accept to participate in our game. So it's very important to disconnect all agreement, all authorization, to anything that prevents you from being you, from being sovereign, to be there is no one above you. You are your own master. There is just God above, and that's it. Like in a Muslim wisdom, it's like it's only you and God. There's no one else. Everybody else just pure reflection of the mirror of life to teach you that relationship. So we need to move out of the state of lack, which this metric was created. Fear, conflict, lack, everything was created by this dark agenda. But they have no creativity, they have no intuition, they have no. Same thing with the clones. They're completely out of breath, because they don't have the life force within, the love. For people can see in this world, there are some people with a lot of power, but if they don't have love, they're not happy. You cannot be happy with love, and love is something very simple that is the gift from the universe. So what we need to understand is the wheel of fortunes, the eternal change. The card of change is the card of miracle and magic, and everything is changing. What we need to do is to overcome the dichotomy, to be pulled into different directions where we feel like we're going to fall into a place because so it's very important to understand there is this dark and this light part within you, and to respect both of them, and to allow them to find balance, and to be guided by your inner voice. And the outcome is the mind. For it is very important to be free from the labyrinth of the mind, and to ask to be reconnected to the source directly. For if you're connected to the source directly, and to the earth below, the center of the earth, then the energy flows and everything goes well. But in this reality, those beings long time ago, they had creativity, and they invented technologies, very clever actually, that could when beings would want to communicate with the source, usually the source, the energy of the person just flows naturally to the source. But they create a technology to interfere with that. There's like a maze, and then from the maze it doesn't go to the source. The emotion gets frustrated because it doesn't. We don't have the pure reflection of the truth, and so they nourish themselves. They draw energy from that, and they capture the. So you want to will send violet fire throughout all the atmosphere, the upper atmosphere of the earth, to continue to transmute that, so that humans can be free from that. For it has to be, even the entrapment is by consentment. If we do not consent to participate in their experience, they know they've lost the power, but they're going to continue regardless. It's the instinct of survival. But they've been implicated in things that are so dark, with the certain insectoid and enslavement of the zeta reticuli and all those things. It's quite dark, and so we would eventually, the creator will put an end to it, to their suffering, but. But right now the program is just rolling by the virtue of its own reason. So it's all about consciousness. Consciousness does not exist in time. It just is. It is beyond time, and time is just time and space is just an instrument created by consciousness for experiences. So as we overcome the misery, we overcome this sense of lack and need the fear of losing and the protection. We move into the state of celebration, joy, and abundance. In terms of the dichotomy, when you do not know what to choose love, choose friendship, choose to be amiable. When we do not know what to do, is always go towards that which is the feel good energy. To kindness and goodness are very essential to the ascension path, to yourself as well, to be kind to yourself and to let go of this critical mind. The critical mind is really they know that they created those polarities and conflict just because they knew they would be trapped in that. And so to let go of all those things that are dark, that make you angry, because that's how they nourish themselves. If you do not react negatively as the acceptation of a greater program from the soul, then there is nothing to hold on to for them, and then they cannot grab. But if you get angry or frustrated, or when we exposed to those things, that's how it works. It works for them. They cultivate this energy. So the labyrinth of the mind is really, we don't want to be trapped there. We want to let go of the mind, although it is the mind, the lower mind, that moves into the higher mind, that integrates the balance of energy. But it is very important to relax a little bit more, because here is the kind of exhaustion that is coming up, and so it is about having it's about maintaining the strength without having to act upon it, rather than having to please everybody. And from there we'll be able to float through the air, to traverse the sky, to this moment by moment. It's a Taoist master who's walking in the sky, and he knows there will be something to support him, because he knows that what we can believe we can achieve. If you can dream it, it is possible. Always believe, always seek how you can do it, rather than why you cannot do it. Very important to program our mind to create a model, vision, because we do have this inspiration, this vision, this dream, and then we have to find a way to replicate it in the physical reality. But this is really what's going on. And the more we feel something, the more real it becomes. So also another thing to do is that, because when we meditate, we can do creative meditation with an intention to go somewhere, or put our body down, or put it relaxed, and then our consciousness can go in many places once we discover that potential. Or we can turn to the source to ask for something, then it becomes a prayer. But in general meditation, it's good to do it with no agenda whatsoever. The only agenda would be to gain the enlightenment, to be enlightened, to be able to enlighten the lower planes. Like we are on the top of a triangle, and below us there is all the lower planes, and then we're on the bottom of a triangle that opens up to heaven. So, and to continue to illuminate the world, but asking to have this clear channel to realize it is the critical mind that that prevents the freedom, and to also to really counsel any consentment that could have been made to religious cycle, because even religion, there was great wisdom in all religion, but it's been manipulated by those beings that saw an opportunity to utilize the to utilize it, and it's all part of a greater plan. At the end, the creator will put things right, and do not but in the meantime, we have to learn to free ourselves, to continue to ask for that which we want, really. And the card of the day is the mask. It is all that shines. It is all about understanding that the surface reality is just a surface reality, and there are things that are much deeper. And so we want to stay connected to the depths, because love is really what will makes us happy. Yet it is good to be able to balance out our physical life as well. We need prosperity. We need comfort, we need security, we need a clean environment, we need good food, we need good friends. There's so many things that we need, a fulfilling work, we need so many things, and the universe, God, can provide that for us in a way that's even better than what we think. It would be a 2.0 vision of your best vision, but you need to believe that it's possible in order to achieve it. And if you can feel it, if you can know it, if you can dream it, it is possible as well. So believe in yourself, believe in your dreams. And even if we don't manifest all that we want here, at least we had the intention, and we'll always have the opportunity to come back to complete the program if needed, for we are free. And so I hope this message was interesting for you. I thank you very much for listening, for sharing, for commenting, for subscribing, for your donations. I'm going to finish with a song. It's an old song that talks about a couple of essential things. It says, one thing, you know me and I know you, and one thing I can tell you is that you got to be free. So it talks about coming together. It goes like this. Here come old Fiat Top, he come grooving up slowly. He got Jojo Highball, he one holy roller. He got hair down to his knee. Got to be a joker, he just do what he please. He wear no shoe shine, he got toe jam football, he got monkey finger, he shoot Coca-Cola, he say, I know you, you know me. One thing I can tell you is you got to be free. Come together right now over me. E-bag production, he got worries gumboot, he shoot. Wow, no sideboard, he won. Spinal cracker, he got. Feet down below his knee. Hold you in his armchair, you can feel his disease. Come together right now over me. He roller coaster, he got hurling morning, he got muddy water, he won mojo filter, he said, 1 and 1 and 1 is 3. Got to be good looking, 'cause it's so hard to see. Come together right now over me. Come together right now over me. Come together right now over me. Well, so we're working through this principle of unification. Come together. We have to come together. When we're coming together as individual as well, our divinity is about to be restored, and so it's going to be great joy. And what we're going to be discovering is far more wonderful than anything we could have dreamed of, whether it is now or later, for it is all happening now, but it's whenever we're ready. We all have soul plan. We have to accept sometimes to feel, to go through whatever we're going through. And the card of the day is divine conduct. It's about overcoming obstacle. It's the Lord of Wisdom. It's the Archangel Sandalphon. It says, looking for meaning in your life. Service brings meaning, and also to fulfill your dreams, your passion, brings meaning into your life. Envision a different approach, so we're open to change. For spirituality, is just about being able to change and to learn and to grow every day. It's not like I've achieved spirituality, it's just, or because I know something, or I got that, or there's always more to learn. For the true essence of God and spirit and who we are is infinite. There will never be an end to the eternal evolution of all. For that, because God is such a wonderful being that is kept, is prepared so many plans for us in the eternal life, as He always has. But it is all available now. Surround yourself with friends and masters that are proven to be of great wisdom. So it is important to seek wisdom where it is, to try to create a creative circle of people that can be of good counsel. Wise counsel can be humans, but it can also be invisible. But the invisible, what is available, is at our beck and call. It's just a matter of opening, and very important to ask that they have clear source connection. Otherwise, there may be astral entities that will hijack our energies from various chakras. But if you have a direct connection to the source, you're connected to all your guides and all the company of heaven, and then the information can come down. Regardless of what's going on down here, there is always spirit will always bring us back into track. Well, thank you very much. Wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Follow your heart. Adonai.